According to new reports, the people who voted for Trump because he's going to lower the price of eggs are in for a very rude awakening in just a matter of months. Multiple massive retailers here in the United States are already concocting their plans to raise prices on consumers as soon as Donald Trump's tariffs take effect. Now, we know that Donald Trump has, of course, proposed tariffs ranging from 10% to 20% on every single good coming into the United States from a foreign country. And because we're not idiots, we know that we pay the tariffs because the country sending the goods, they don't pay that. It's the companies that are importing the goods. They pay it and they pass the price increases on to us. And they are fully prepared to do that. And most of them, as I mentioned, already have plans. Some of them are actually coming up with their plans today. Today, Wednesday. Target and TJ Maxx have calls today with board members and sales teams and all of that to figure out how they are going to raise their prices on us if these tariffs go into effect, which we have no reason to think that they won't. Other retailers who have also already had their calls and discussed how they will raise prices include Walmart. So that's going to hurt tens of millions of people across the country who voted for Donald Trump. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. Walmart is, of course, where tens of millions of people shop every day across the country because that's all we can afford. Lowe's already had their call about how they're going to raise prices. AutoZone, Columbia Sportswear, Black & Decker, Steve Madden, as I mentioned, Target, TJ Maxx doing their calls today. But all of these companies and many, many more have plans in place. We are going to raise prices if he does what he says he's going to do. That is the plan. Everything you buy, all those things you whined about being so darn expensive today because of Biden, even though it's not because of Biden, it was purely because of corporate greed, a message that, to their credit, the Democrats did not explain very well to the public, so that is on them. They could have done that much better, but they didn't. But it doesn't matter. Everybody else was warning you. Economists were warning you. I was warning you. Everybody else in the left, YouTube space was warning you this would happen. And here it is in black and white in a report from Axios. These companies that sell to tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of Americans every day are going to raise their prices on you. Now, let's be clear about something, though. Yes, they will pay more to bring goods into the United States to sell to us. But most of these are multi-billion-dollar corporations that could afford it, right? They would just take a hit in profits. They don't have to, most of them, pass that price increase on to us. That is a choice most of them are making because they could just, have their profits go down a little bit. But God forbid that happen. So here's what will happen. If there is a 10% tariff on all goods coming into this country, it doesn't mean that you are going to pay 10% more for everything. No, that's not how it works, folks. You'll be paying, if it's a 10% tariff, I would say probably 15 to 20% more. Because every time there is inflation, every time there are tax increases, anytime there are tariffs, the companies will take whatever the actual increase is and add anywhere between 5 and 10% on top of it so they can put more money in their pockets to make up for the fact that fewer people will be able to buy the goods. So you're not looking at increases of 10 to 20%. You're looking at increases of 15 to 25% on everything. Whether it's a new washer dryer, whether it's a new car, maybe it's just parts for your existing car. Perhaps it's lumber for your home, a new drill. Doesn't matter. All of it will be more expensive, all because of Donald Trump's policies. But this is what you voted for, and my sympathy is gone.